host, JC Cornell, alongside Samar Ali as always. Samar, where can they find us?
Find us on this amazing YouTube channel, first of all. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. And leave us a comment in the comment section below. Also, if you want more of us, because we are beautiful people, okay? And we also deliver amazing content. Check us out on the813.tv. Yes, that is the actual URL, www.the813.tv. Check out the video content we got on there. We got Rock Riley delivering daily videos from One Buck. We've got written content all about your favorite team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So make sure you browse and, get to know us over there. Of course, like I said, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out of this episode. JC, Bucs, Falcons, Week 8. Time for redemption for a Bucs team that's dealing with some stuff. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready to get this taste out of my mouth.
I am not in a good mood, okay? I don't have good feelings about this season right now, but I'm sure you're going to talk me into believing again. Samer, let's go to the first topic of the show. This is a huge game for Todd Bowles, okay? 31st total defense in the league. Second to worst defense in the entire NFL. Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator, has given up 500-plus yards in 2 of the last 3 games. Losing your star wide receivers, it's a hot seat. He's on the hot seat. You got to admit he's on the hot seat.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's on the hot seat.
Oh, my God, dude. Give me a break.
He's on the hot seat. Because 2 things, man.
His defense is fucking awful, dude.
They are. It's Week 8. It's Week 8. They're 4-3. Okay, they've been competitive in every single game for the most part, other than this past weekend. Okay, which again kind of fell off the road. Fell off the wagon when that Mike Evans injury happened.
So you just said it's not a competitive game yet. Chris Godwin is in the game.
But the defense has looked like absolute shit. They've had their ups and downs, but they've been mostly bad. And again, the guys haven't quit on him, which is a major part of that equation. But it's Week 8, dude. I'm not going to say he's on the hot seat until he's lost 3 in a row.
He's on the hot seat. And it
looks like the guys are going to quit. But it is a huge game. It's a huge game because it's a division opponent. You have a chance to redeem what happened a couple weeks ago in Atlanta. You have a chance to hang your hat on what you're supposed to be very good at, which is defensive coordinator. Defense should be the strength of this team. So it is a big game in that regards. And it's time to prove that you are this guy. And it's time for your guys to step up and fight for you and prove that they're those guys that are capable of running and executing this game plan and pulling it off. You got to play really good defense this weekend for me to really, for them to pull this game off. But yes, it is big for Todd Bowles. If he wins this game, you could argue that it'd be his most impressive win since becoming head coach. Although I said that about the Lions game, this is right up there, man. Not having the guys on the offensive side, and basically this team is going to have to lean on the defense, which sounds terrifying because they have not been good. But maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need that come to Jesus moment, look in the mirror. We got to be professionals. I'm Todd Bowles. I got to be better. All of those things. You had those guys doing hockey line shifts, which I was going crazy over. Maybe now they're fresh. They should be fresh this week. So let's go. Let's go out there and just be aggressive and leave it out on the field, man. And I mean that as a defensive play caller, too. Be aggressive. Don't even worry about this. Be aggressive. We saw what happens when you play zone against Kirk Cousins and you have no middle linebacker. So be aggressive at least. I'll die that way. 100%.
First off, props to you wearing the creamsicle hat right now on Creamsicle Week. Good for you. Second off, the only chance and the only reason the Bucs can win this game is going to be because of Liam Cohen and the offense. I don't have any belief in this defense. The hockey shifts, like you said, not effective. And I hope he learns that and keeps these guys in the game, let them get in a groove. Because this defense, man, like we said, they suck. But they should not suck because we have guys like Vita Vea, we have Antoine Winfield, we have all these Zion McCollum, all these Levante David, all these guys should be so pissed that they're the second worst defense in the league. It does not make sense. There's too many good players on this defense.
But JC, that's why I think some of this is scheme and some of it is also those players executing. It's been a communication issue, which we keep hearing over and over again. But you could watch the tape and be like, why is he here? Why is he not doing this? And if you make one guy on that defense, put himself in the wrong position, the whole thing doesn't work. And that's just part of being a team. So it does take for those guys to look in the mirror. That's why I keep saying we have too many good pieces individually on this defense to be this bad. So it's on those guys, and it's on Todd to maybe simplify things, maybe figure out ways to mask the inefficiencies of a KJ Britt or put in JJ Russell. At this point, if he is worse, how much worse could it possibly be? But you have Antoine Winfield Jr., okay? You have Zion McCollum. I think Funderburk is a decent player. He should be able to play well. You have Vita Vea. You have Kalijah Kancey. You have Yaya Diaby.
Tyke Smith not playing.
Tyke Smith's not playing, but you have Izien, who made this team as an undrafted rookie last year, was a star in the making for a few of those weeks starting off that game, and has experience as a starter across multiple spots in the defense. Again, maybe he's the guy who kind of slides in and becomes that dime linebacker, even without Tyke Smith on this team for this weekend. So it's time to lean on these guys, and these guys have to take oneness and ownership of themselves as well, man. Like, we are better than this. We can't keep doing this. And if they truly love Todd Bowles, then they're doing that, because then let's go out there and do this for coach. We can't make him look like an idiot every single week, because it is sometimes on us. And every single one of those guys has said that. It might be the right thing to say, but we've seen in coaches past where teams, players eventually don't cover for their coach. We saw that with Lovie Smith. We saw it with Greg Schiano. We saw it with Raheem Morris. That has not happened yet with Todd Bowles. So that tells me that I don't like the scheme in some moments, but again, I'm not a coach. These guys are players. They should have ownership of this. They should take, pride in what they do. And being 31st is not what Antoine Winfield Jr. wants to hang his hat on. I guarantee you that, because he said preseason, we want to be the best defense in the league. Well, man, you are fucking 30 spots out. So somebody has to have a meeting. Somebody has to have a come to Jesus moment with the entire group, and they need to come out there and step up, because I as much as I love Liam, you're going to have to stop a team to win regardless.
Okay. All right. Sammer, they need to clip what you just said and play it in the locker room, basically, for these guys. You just fired me up, dude.
I'm doing curls right now, dude. I'm doing curls while we're doing this show.
Let's go next segment. Can the Bucs pull off an upset here? I think we know the answer to that. I'm not as optimistic as you, but you're making me a little more confident. I think this game, Cousins could rip this secondary, and Bijan, if they get up early, if they get up a touchdown or two and start really feeding Bijan had 12 carries for 61 yards the last matchup. I see him probably near like 16, 18 carries in this game. You just got to contain Bijan. And that's another thing, man. Like, our rush defense is like 19th in the league. We have been a top 5 rush defense for years. So, these guys need to step up, and their real identity is a freaking great defense. It's just, they need to wake up, man. And if it was me, I would probably really think about giving Broswell more reps than JTS. I think JTS he's played okay. He's pressured the quarterback, but I think Broswell's more of the future. And right now, with the defense playing so bad, I think you put Broswell in most of the snaps and let him try to he's explosive. Let him try to get after Kirk Cousins, because they got to drop Cousins. They dropped him 4 times last game, 4 sacks against him last game. They need 5 or 6 sacks on this guy and force him into some bad throws. And they got to contain Kyle Pitts. You can't let Kyle Pitts look like University of Florida Kyle Pitts. It's just not acceptable. The guy sucks. Don't let him look like a star.
Yeah, so to the Chris Braswell point, I'd like to see Chris Braswell get Anthony Nelson's reps, because he's so much more athletic. I like JTS
but
only
Nelson's
because
had some big plays this year.
He's also had some terrible ones. He's also had some terrible misses. He's out of spots. But I don't mind JTS, because he's athletic, and he'll be in the right place. You're going against Kirk Cousins. He's not going to be moving around a lot, so I don't think it matters too much this week. But yeah, Chris Braswell has earned more reps, regardless of where it is. But man, this run defense has struggled because, one, Antoine has not been on the field in the majority of the season, and Kalijah Kancey hasn't either. Over the last few weeks leading into last week, they've gotten better progressively throughout those 3 weeks. I'm not afraid of the Atlanta Falcons and Bijan Robinson running the ball well on us. Some of those numbers from that first game, a little exaggerated, popped a couple. We stopped that type of running back pretty well. King Henry's a different beast. He had that massive run, and he had another medium run. Other than that, we really did hold him in check. They took him out of the game in the first half. There's a reason for that. He wasn't effective. So In this game, can we pull off an upset? It's going to start with the defensive side, like I talked about for that first segment. It's got to start up there. Those guys have to stop the run, and they've got to figure out a way to contain the middle of the field. Whether that's a spy, whether that's a linebacker who's actually a safety, I don't care. Figure it out, dude. If KJ Britt can't do those things, put somebody in there who can. Put somebody in there who can, and when I say leave it all on the field as a defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, blitz this guy, dude. Just go after him. Yeah, he beats the blitz. Most of these good quarterbacks have figured out a way to burn you. But, man, if you go right up the middle and you are effective with your starting defensive line and then blitzing off of that layer, you are going to get there. We were sacking Lamar Jackson, okay, who has, Zay Flowers, who's getting off the line like that. You tell me we can't get to Kirk Cousins and his offensive line, which is nowhere near as good as the Ravens? I think we can, but we have to stay aggressive. Don't give them that soft zone nonsense. Play man coverage. And if your guys get burnt, man, I'm okay with it. Because at least you're trying, You're not just standing there taking it. And then to the offensive side, Liam's got to lean on the three-headed monster, baby. We got to lean on these guys. We've been running the ball well. Let's lean on that and then continue to be creative, continue to do what he's been doing on the offensive side, regardless of the guys in terms of Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Just be creative and just run the ball. I think you run the ball, you keep the ball out of their hands, you slow the game down, you shorten the game, you limit how many times they get to touch the ball, and eventually you wear them down, which we've seen from other teams against them. So why not us, who I think we become one of the best running teams in the league, and our offensive line is getting heavy on people. I like it. So yeah, can we pull off the upset?
Big
Absolutely.
Game, Graham Barton.
Yeah, he's got a little redemption he needs to make up for in that last game with the holding penalty and getting his ass kicked by Grady Jarrett. All these guys.
He had a great game. Graham Barton did.
I'm talking about the Atlanta Falcons game.
Oh, yeah, not the Falcons game. No.
This game is about redemption across the board. These guys, again, go back, look at that game, be like, that was embarrassing. That team celebrated a fucking Super Bowl in front of us on Thursday Night Football.
Ridiculous.
Pride. If this team comes out and lays an egg, it tells me immediately they have no pride. And I don't believe that for 1 second knowing these guys. So
real quick, Rachaad White over 20.5 receiving yards is like free money, by the way. But we're going to
free.
I want to just address something. I mean, our last episode, we talked about the possibility of trading for Cooper Kupp. From what I'm hearing, there's going to be no trades. They're not giving up draft picks. They're going to roll with this roster. How do you feel about that?
So, listen, I was of the thought that Cooper Kupp is great for right now. How you manage what happens later on is one of those things that I was just like, figure it out later. But at the end of the day, I think that is part of the equation that they didn't want to have to deal with. If you bring him in, you're technically looking Mike Evans in the face, be like, hey, by the way, this guy's getting paid more than you next year. And I don't think that would ever stand. So I get it. I mean, maybe a lesser known name, maybe somebody, that needs off the team that they're on, like a Jacoby Myers or something like that come in and kind of slide in. But Raheem Jarrett's back. I believe Cam Johnson should be healthy soon. I think they're just going to go with these guys and see if they can kind of keep it together until that bye week. And I think it also tells me how much they really trust Liam Cohen, how much they trust Baker being managed by Liam Cohen, and also, they kind of, maybe they're testing Liam. Maybe this is like, let's see what you can do in an adverse situation where nothing that you want, not all your cards are in your pocket. Let's see what you can do. And you know what? I'm okay with that at times because these next few games are tough regardless of Mike and Chris playing or not. So why not go out there? Let's see what we can figure out. And listen, I don't have a distrust in Shepard. I don't think you do either. I don't have a distrust in Trey, and I don't have a distrust in J-Mac, who are both going to have an opportunity to really grow. And what better way to figure out who you got and help these guys get to a certain level than to just put them out there and, hey, here's the fire. Go figure it out.
What a massive opportunity for Sterling Shepard just to turn around his entire career. He was not expecting to have this when the season started. He was on the practice squad, but this is huge for him. I mean, he could change the narrative on his entire career right now, playing with Baker Mayfield, going all the way back, their chemistry from Oklahoma. He has a chance really here to shine and like I said, change his whole career arc. I mean, and J-Mac as a rookie, man, needs to step up. It's his turn to show he was worth that draft pick. He can play that slot role. They haven't announced who, like they might give both guys a shot in that slot position. I think it should be J-Mac. He did great at Washington. I mean, dude, this is huge opportunities, man. Like the NFL is all about opportunities. We'll see if they really can take advantage of this and survive until Mike Evans comes back week 12.
My thing with J-Mac versus versus Sterling playing that slot position. That slot spot has a lot of nuance to it in terms of finding the soft zone in this space, understanding where you're supposed to go if linebacker is occupying this space or a corner or safety. And a lot of that is kind of unspoken chemistry. Baker and that person have to see the same thing and react the same way. And I don't know how much they trust a rookie to make those decisions in live bullet action type of scenario. That's why I kind of lean towards maybe Sterling Shepard being the guy, because he at least knows more about reading the defense and, this is the spot I should be in. But if we were looking at the upside, obviously it's J-Mac. If we're looking at athleticism, obviously it's J-Mac. Gameplay, breakability, J-Mac. Not to knock on Sterling Shepard, but he's been in the league for a little bit. He's a little banged up. He's an older guy. So it just kind of, maybe they kind of rotate them in and out and let them, both get their feet wet in that spot. But you got to just figure it out. I also don't know if they're going to use that spot as the engine to the offense like they've been doing, and as much as, when Chris Godwin's in there, that's Chris Godwin. You're more than comfortable. Yeah, run the offense through Chris Godwin. Are you going to say, yeah, run the offense through J-Mac or Sterling Shepard? We don't know. We'll see. But that's an advantage going into a game against a team who has really no idea what you're going to do now. We know what you've done with, X, Y, and Z. Now we're looking at you have A, B, C, D. We have no idea. So we'll see.
So, Sammer, like you said, you're talking about the three-headed monster. It sounded like Bucky Irving wasn't going to play in this game, but now it looks like he will play with no setbacks happening, which is huge because I think Liam Cohen can now take advantage of these three running backs and really feature it as the main aspect of this offense. Just really hand the ball off, get creative, two backs in the backfield, get Rashad catches. This trio, we need to lean on them to survive this stretch of games, and they really need to show that they're elite. And I think they are elite, Sammer.
Yeah, Bucky playing, massive part of this. Need the three dudes. But this opens up the possibility of seeing the three of them on the field together. Okay, so and we've seen two of them.
Slot.
We've seen two of them. Yeah, I'm about to get to that. We've seen two of them, right? And we've seen it to where one guy creates a eye candy, the other one's getting the counter. We've seen it where both of those guys have done both of those roles. But now you have an opportunity to try them all three out there, and then maybe Bucky, maybe Rashad ends up going out wide, and that wide receiver bubble screen we've been running could be to a running back. But also, you got two guys in the backfield that could easily also take the handoff. So now the defense is like, oh shit, what are we going to do? And covering three dynamic running backs who each can run and catch the ball. Bucky and Rashad, in my opinion, better able to do both of those things. But still, you put Tucker and you put Bucky back there, and then all of a sudden you take Rashad and you all of a sudden have him in motion going out in a bunch formation where like you could just throw it to him if the defense is playing soft, or you could run counters, pitches, all those misdirection plays we've already seen run out of the pony package. We're going to see a pony package that involves three running backs this weekend. I guarantee it. And yeah, screen past them to fucking death. All three of these guys are screen pass monsters. And I don't know if you've looked at Sean Tucker recently. Dude's got thighs like a fucking horse, bro. It looks like
he's Nick Chubb. He's baby Nick Chubb.
Unbelievable, dude. I mean, he's got an ass. He's got some thighs. Like this guy is like a running back.
He's thick.
Dream. Thick. Dude. He's beautiful when you look at running back wise, bro. He's awesome. He's amazing.
Sarah, you are so jacked up. I came into this show with such a negative attitude. You are. I mean, God, I hope a lot of people have the confidence that you do right now, because
it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity.
Right now, I'm trying to not be so positive so I don't really get that let down if something really bad happens in this game. But
we spent the entire offseason, JC, talking about how great Bucky
Samir Ali, the motivational speaker.
But we spent all these off-season months talking about what these guys could be, right? Oh man, we love the Bucky pick. We know that Sean Tucker could be a dude. We love what Rashad does out of the backfield. We love J-Mac could be the replacement for Chris fucking Godwin. I said that shit, okay? Well, you know what? I gotta fucking back that up. These guys gotta go out there and make me look like a fucking genius, right? So it's part of that. But man, you gotta have some confidence in the picks you made, and why not? Jason Light has proven he knows what he's doing. So this is an opportunity, and I'm positive because I think that they can take advantage of the opportunity. And again, the Falcons don't know what they don't know yet. They don't know what we're going to do. You have an opportunity to pull off the fucking wishbone if you want. They will not be prepared. So it's Liam's turn to take some shit and go deep into that bag and really just lean on these guys. And I don't know if you've noticed, man, this offensive line is starting to do things right in terms of running the ball. So that's huge. Because this is when you're going to have to lean on that. Until Mike gets back, we're going to have to change the way this offense looks, the identity of it, all of it. Let's go be physical, man. Teams that run the ball are like well and are looked at as a running football team. Do it when you know that they're going to do it. They do it when the opponent knows they're going to do it, and they do it when the entire world knows they have no choice but to do it. We're in that. We're in all three of those right now. Run the ball. Figure it out. Show me you got it. If you don't, then not the team I thought we were.
I'm gonna circle back to the first topic, and I'll say it one more time. This is a huge game for Todd Bowles.
Massive. I mean, I agree.
This is a crucial game for his coaching career. If you get embarrassed by the Falcons here, oh boy,
it's gonna get loud.
It's already bad. It could get really bad.
Well,
this
justifiably
fan base is brutal. So
they fire him every other week. We win one week, then we lose the next week. They fire him every other week. It's stupid. I think it's too much fandom, people being fans, but it is a massive game because it not only is it in terms of the what it looks like on the outside, but to the team of like, hey guys, look, if you guys trust us, you guys trust the system, you buy in, we can win, we can overcome no matter what. That's a massive part of it. The confidence that the team gained last year, going through that losing streak and then turning things around, going all the way up to Detroit, almost pulling off a win in the playoffs, that's massive. This is one of those moments. You pull off a win like this without all your guys, with the world basically looking at you guys are a joke, that's massive. It goes a long way. And you need that going in the next few weeks, going into the bye week. And then you got, we talked about that schedule. I mean, you have some confidence going into that stretch of games, man. I'll take it all day. And a lot of this is up here. It's always up here in the NFL because everyone's got talent. Everyone's the same level. You don't accidentally get to the NFL. And then the guys that separate themselves are usually the guys that got it up here. And BA used to always say it. Quarterbacks up here because they all can still throw the ball regardless. So I'm ready.
Stamer, keys to the game, I'll start. Can't give up more than 28 points to the Falcons. So this second to last ranked defense needs to step up. Do not allow over 28 points in this game. Even without Evans and without Godwin, I still think the Bucs can put up 30 plus just because of how good Cohen is. Cohen's going to be in his bag. He'll get creative. Like we said, the trio of running backs stable of horses, man, can control this game. What was my other key that I think the running backs, like I said, the running backs need to have over 120 yards on the ground combined. I think that's very important, especially in controlling the clock. And honestly, you just can't let Kirk Cousins throw for 400 yards.
Yeah, that'd be a key for every week, buddy.
Yeah, I just,
that should be a key every week for every single team. My keys to the game, I gave them last night on Loose Cans. It'll be slightly different, but you got to win in the trenches, man. You got to win in the trenches on both sides of this game. You got to be Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey got to be special. They've got to be special from the very first possession all the way throughout the game. They've got to wreak havoc in there. And if they do that, guys like Yaya Diaby, Chris Braswell, even JTS, they'll be able to get into the backfield and make plays because this guy is not moving. That was one of the biggest problems I had in that first matchup was we got into his face, we got him early, but then they opened up the middle of the field. They made it too easy for him on the hot reads. He had way too much separation at the line of scrimmage from his guys to where he didn't have to hold the ball. You jam those receivers up. You make him hold the ball. You mess up with that, that timing and that rhythm between him and his guys. You get to him, and that starts up front in the trenches, both sides of the ball. And the other side of the ball, obviously, with Graham Barton and the boys and Tristan Wirfs, they ran the ball really well against the Ravens, man. One of the best, if not the best, rush defense in the league.
They're giving up like 59
yards a game they were giving up. We ran the ball. We had Tristan Wirfs 25 yards down the field one play because he had no one to block. Okay, so let's do that. Second key to the game, I'd love to see our running backs collectively get 25 or more carries as a group. I think that tells me you're leaning on it, you're slowing the game down, you're taking the ball out of the Atlanta Falcons' hands, and you're going to lean on them, and you're going to make them get tired. That's just the nature of the beast. Other teams have done it. We should be able to do it. We're a better team than they are, in my opinion. Regardless of Mike and Chris, we are a better and more physical team than they are. And so it's time to show that. And then my third key to the game is start fast. And when I say start fast, not Baker, not the offense, not Liam. Start fast on defense. That means start fast physically. Get out there, get a 3 and out, get the ball back to your offense, give them a short field, maybe a turnover really early in this game, kind of turn that momentum, swing that game around a little bit, and keep up after him. Don't let up, and just be active and athletic. And I think the Bucs have a chance to do this, and I think that they should be able to. Tyke Smith not playing is a massive part of this, massive key to look at, though, because
big loss there.
Yeah, he does a lot. People don't realize as a rookie, he does a lot. He plays linebacker. He blitzes off the edge. He gives Todd Bowles a lot of flexibility with his packages. But maybe,
I mean, before this injury, he was trending in the defensive rookie of the year conversation.
Yeah, I think he'll be in that conversation by the end of the year for sure. But maybe him not being on the field makes Todd go back to a little bit more of the basics. You know, not everything has to be so crazy exotic. Stop the run, get after the quarterback, start fast on defense, 100%. We didn't even talk about Baker in this game, who needs to play his ass off, by the way.
Yes, but I mean, that was what I didn't say that, but Baker has to establish his connection with these new wide receivers. You know, he's got to be on the same page and show that, you know, moving forward, we can rely on these guys.
He's got to play. He's got to play within himself. That's the biggest thing. He's got to play within the system. He's got to play within the routes that he's given and not wait for that big play, not force a big play, not hold the ball when there's an easy check down, hopefully thinking, oh, we're going to get my third read is going to get open, because that's going to get us sacked, interceptions, things of that nature. They're going to force us into, you know, second and long and bad situations, get behind the sticks and off schedule. The Bucs have to stay on schedule in this game more than any other game we've played so far this season. It starts with Baker, and I think he's matured enough to know that, hey, I can't be the Baker from week 1 to 6 and 7. All right, I got to be a different Baker because this team needs me to be a different Baker right now. And that's, you know, Todd said it. Get the balls in those guys' hands and let them run after the catch. I fully believe that will be the game plan, by the way. Quick passes so those guys can react it up.
Samer, give me your score prediction. We got to hear it.
27-17. Bucs.
With the Bucs winning. Okay.
With the Bucs winning.
I'm not even going to give mine. I don't want to give mine. I don't want the fans to think I'm.
You're picking against the Bucs?
Yeah. First time all season.
Now you got to tell us, right? So I could roast your ass. On Victory Tuesday.
I think it's going to be 38-21 Falcons.
Wow, you think we're going to give up almost 40 points? Oof. I think there's too much pride on this defensive side of the ball, man. On this roster.
I really hope I'm wrong, and I hope people roast me because I was so wrong on this. But that's my gut is telling me it's not good. It's not going to be good.
One thing to look at, though, Todd Bowles in rematches usually tends to play.
No, we talked about that. That's very true. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm just listening to the gut.
Hey, I'm hoping your gut's wrong. I thought we were going to steamroll the Ravens. My gut was wrong on that. So, we never know, man.
Samer, where can they find us?
Find us on this amazing YouTube channel. And, of course, find us on the813.tv, a website dedicated to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for now. Okay, we're going to add other sports as we grow. But that means we have video content creators when it comes to video, articles. We got Rock Riley from One Buck every single day. We've got Inside the 813, an awesome podcast with Yarko and Rock Riley. Of course, you got the Loose Cannons, you got Fully Loaded. And a quick reminder, you can now listen to the latest audio version of every one of those shows directly on our website, or you can go ahead and download it, /subscribe to your favorite podcast on your, podcast platform of choice. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the website, and don't forget to hit the like button, leave us a comment below, and subscribe if you are new. Don't forget, we are giving away 2 Club C tickets in the East Club to this Sunday's game. We'll be announcing the winner tomorrow morning. I'll do a little video. All the names will be on a spinner. Head to the813.tv's socials and find out how you can get in on this and possibly, 2 tickets. East Club section is pretty damn dope. And it's Creamsicle Week. So
they're great seats.
Yeah,
they're great
awesome
seats. They're great seats.
I'm about 10 rows behind you, so you're going to hear the clap the majority of the night. Mm-hmm. But awesome seats. They could be yours for a few clicks, really. So, yeah, check that out.
Just a couple clicks.
Couple clicks.
All right, Samer. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.